You're listening to Don't Take Bullshit from Fuckers with your hosts Greg Barrett and Kane Holloway.
Welcome to Don't Take Bullshit from Fuckers, classic opening. I'm your host, Kane Holloway, in the
This
leopard
is a classic
print.
opening.
It's classic opening, baby. It's
Yeah. Welcome to the show. I'm Greg.
Leopard print Greg is in full effect, and we got obscure T-shirt producer Pat, chilling, getting Sal the dog. But then we have a guest comedian, Paul Ober, as our guest today. What's up, Paul?
Not much. How you guys doing?
Good. Do you watch Bachelor in Paradise?
So I don't watch that specific show. No, it's not quite up my alley. I know about it though.
Oh my God, I can't. I've been yelling at my TV all day. I'm an episode behind, and there is an excessive amount of freestyle rapping from the contestants. That is, it's embarrassing.
I noticed that. Yeah, it's really
embarrassing.
Yes, yeah.
There's freestyle rapping on The Bachelor?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you have to think about it this way. Those kids are all in their 20s. This is a generation of people brought up on hip hop.
Yes.
You know, it's a hip hop generation, so everybody's got some kind of freestyle game that's really just fucking hard to watch. It's the new air guitar.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Nobody air guitars anymore, really.
Ooh, I actually have an air guitar story that's just as douchey as that, and it was when I was in 3rd or 4th grade. So I don't know how to play the guitar. I'm 35. So let's go back to when I was in, I think it's 3rd grade. So no, 4th grade. It really doesn't matter. Anyway, young Kane is sitting in class, strumming to nothing. He's air guitaring all by himself. This girl that I have a crush on comes walking up to me, and she goes, "What are you doing?" And I go, "Well, I'm practicing. See, my guitar teacher told me to practice all the time, even if I don't have a physical guitar." And I sat there thinking that would impress them.
Okay.
I feel like air guitar is like masturbating. Like only you enjoy it, you know?
Absolutely.
Really, you do. It really isn't for anybody else.
So which ones do you watch?
Which okay, so like dating shows or like TV in general? I think the closest to a dating show that I watch is like anime.
Oh, really?
Just anime shows in general. You know, just a lot of like melodramatic romance and stuff like that. Sort of. That's where I get my slice of life nonsense, I think.
Gotcha.
I'm trying to imagine, because on The Bachelor, right? So it's one dude and like 20 girls, right? Mm-hmm. So you have like 20 girls all in their early 20s. Basically like the sorority girl type of person. Mm-hmm. Try to freestyle rap. To be a proper suitor for this.
Yes. Well, what's even better is this is a spin-off show where they take contestants from different seasons, men and women, and put them on an island, and then have them try and make connections. And so people are getting pulled in different directions constantly. And for some reason, a knee-jerk reaction is to freestyle rap. She was like, "I want to freestyle for you," and he goes, "I'll beatbox," and neither one of them can do the thing they said they could do.
Oh my god,
it was fucking awful to watch.
This is where it's not a dating show, but this is where RuPaul, people have stuff to learn from RuPaul. Just have them lip sync. They're not talented. No. Don't make them do stuff they can't do. They're not actually singing. They do lip sync battles. Just have them do that.
That's true. I don't. Do you watch RuPaul, Greg? Because I don't watch that one.
No, but I've been wanting to.
Yeah,
I thought you might have with the leopard print.
Yeah, you would think. You think I'd be all over it.
He was big into what was the show you kept hyping at the start of this podcast? Like our first few episodes, you wouldn't stop talking about Project Runway.
Project Runway.
Yeah, you were all over that shit.
Yeah, it's coming back.
Is it?
Yeah, it's coming back this month.
Dope.
Project
Paul,
Runway and F1 racing. Those are my things.
Those are your things right now? Oh, yeah, I'm supposed to get into that. I forgot about that.
Yeah. That documentary is amazing. On that documentary series is amazing on Netflix.
Paul, I watched some of your clips on your Instagram recently. You just got engaged, right?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
When did that go down?
That happened close to my birthday in July.
Really?
Yeah.
And when's your birthday in July?
July 23rd.
I'm the 21st.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no shit.
There you go.
You're an honorary Leo.
Yeah, my moon is in Leo.
Oh, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, I don't really either. I just like to say it.
And everything, and like it went off without a hitch, like the engagement and everything.
Well, yeah, actually. Okay, so you want to know how it happened?
Yeah, sure.
It was really cute. It's not a typical like big show or anything like that. It's like very much the opposite. And he kind of fucked with me a little bit. Mm-hmm. So for like 6 months before that, he started saying like, "Hey, where's my ring?" And because I don't know, for some reason the assumption was that I was going to be the one to propose to him. And and after a while I started saying, "Well, hey, where's my ring? All right, it's both ways. We're both dudes here, gay rights and like, equality." And it just wasn't and I guess we were at a standstill. So I was asleep one morning. I wake up because he's got to wake up at 5:30 to go to work. And I just see him ass naked, just like staring at me. And I'm just like, oh, okay, I'll pretend to be asleep. Maybe this is one of those sexy situations before work. Like, I don't know what's going on. Mm-hmm. And then I feel him sit next to me. And then he takes my hand and then he puts something on my ring finger and squeezes. And I'm like, he's measuring my finger. Oh my God, he's serious. He's going to buy a fucking ring. And I start panicking a little bit, but I just pretend to be asleep the whole time. That weekend, he says, make sure that I have some nice clothes ready. He's going to be taking me somewhere nice and there's going to be a special event. And he's slowly like getting more nervous and he doesn't know that I know that this is happening yet. So like I keep
but he's telegraphing that shit pretty hard.
Yeah, he was telegraphing it pretty hard, but I think he was still in his head about it maybe. Yeah. Like I would intentionally sneak up on him when he was on the laptop and he was closing out of tabs like it was porn and I could see the ring. So eventually it comes to those couple days where we were supposed to do something and it's like early in the morning. He wakes me up at like 7:00 on his day off. I'm a comedian. I wake up at 11. He tells me to go cook breakfast. I cook breakfast and he comes over to me. He's like, "That was the nicest breakfast you've ever cooked me." And I'm like, "I made you an egg sandwich, but that's fine." And he goes into the other room and then he just comes bolting out of nowhere. And he's like, "Hey, where's my ring?" And so I said, like I always say, I'm like, "Well, where's my ring?" And he says, "It's right here." And he gets down on one knee.
Oh,
that's done. That's not bad.
That's well played.
That's well
Where's
played.
my ring? That's well played.
And so I was like really excited and really happy because it was so cute. And I was also pissed because I'm like, I ironed clothes for this.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I find most engagement stories to feel like there's just like this feeling of embarrassment. No matter how sweet it is, like there's just like something's gonna happen, and there's always this anticipation, and you want there to be a good story. And so, like, I always feel because I've proposed more times than I feel better about my good air guitar story than I do about how many times I proposed to people. Mm-hmm. And I'm embarrassed each time, even though they were successful, the engagements, not the marriage, but even though they were successful, I felt like there's like this sense of embarrassment to each story.
Yeah, I hate my wedding. I hate my engagement story.
That's right. Yeah.
What's the worst part about it?
I didn't plan it out. I mean, I knew I wanted to do it, but I didn't write anything. I didn't think about it. And so when I went to do it, I was like, we like each other, right? Like, it was just so lame. It was so lame. It was so stupid. Yeah. And I didn't have a ring. I had a Christmas ornament shaped like an angel that my mom said would my mom, it was my mom's suggestion because it was Christmas time. And And because I had asked my mom for a ring that I was supposed to get from her, that for some reason she didn't want to give me. She said, give her this ornament, this Christmas ornament. And I did, and it flopped miserably.
Oh, man.
Miserably. She kept thinking, please, God, don't let this be my engagement. Yeah, she told me that.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. We had a killer wedding, though, so.
Yeah. Oh, I can imagine.
Oh, yeah. I feel like that's still not the worst thing in the world. You were trying to do something cute.
I thought I was going to get off. I was going to get points for being adorable. None. I got none. I mean, we still got married. We ended up getting married, so it worked. But
it all worked out.
Yeah, but I wish I'd done it better. I'm a smarter guy than that.
I think you get locked into an idea. Like somebody tells you this is a good idea, and you're like, I guess that is a good idea, and I'm kind of weird, and this would be kind of funny. And then as soon as you're in the middle of it, you're like, oh, this is a terrible idea. Why did I think this was a good idea? There's just some tunnel vision you seem to have when you lock into a concept.
There's a lot of there's a lot of parallels between proposing and stand-up comedy.
Yeah, for sure. Like yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it was totally like, when you start a set and it's going bad, like you started on your left foot, it's like when you're bowling and you go, this is going straight in the gutter. Like you just know, I just knew as soon as I started, I was blowing it.
Yeah. Oh man. And if you had your feet, if you had like the steady ground under your feet to just sort of shift and be like, I was curious if you wanted to get breakfast. And then you could just like go, I'm not giving her that angel ornament. I'll do something else. God. So we got some emails in today. We got a heavy show today. We got one in. Let me make sure they want to be anonymous. It looks like they don't care. This one comes from Chris. Mixed signals, this one says. So I have this dilemma I would appreciate your guys' opinion on. What am I doing wrong? Or maybe what my next step should be. I'm going on 3 years with this guy, and it's been a roller coaster with him. It's pretty much 50-50 when it comes to the good and bad. I'm giving you some examples of the bad. He's always on social media, hearting and liking every girl pic. How I know this is because he had mutual friends as female, so I could see his replies when I confronted him, and he blocked me and said he didn't need me reacting to every comment he posted. He's 40 and still doing the bar thing whenever his friends or young nephew invites him, and he pretty much likes the attention from others, even though he denies that he could care less what people think of him. I feel pretty much hidden in his life. He calls me every day to see what I'm doing. So I don't know if it's his way of caring how my day is. If he's bored with me after being with him for a couple of years and he has never called or texted me anything romantic, or even a hey beautiful, or I love you, or even hey I like you a lot. The good side of him is he loves my daughter and gives her good advice, which is awesome. If my house is falling apart, he would pretty much be there to fix it, which helps me out. I just don't know if he's really here for the long run or is just waiting for someone better to come along. And I recently heard episode 67, and I'm expecting what I was being given. Is it loose rules that I have implanted in the relationship as well? That's from Chris. It feels like more of a friendship to me than anything. I feel like maybe this guy thinks you're friends. You're just friends.
She didn't say whether they were having sex or not.
And I'm going to assume they don't, because I feel like that would have been a detail, right? Like he's good in bed, or we've had sex before and we've like had some conversations after the fact. You know what I mean? But it's never mentioned.
This is
weird. I mean,
it
sounds like she's settling a little bit.
I mean, how much I text Sydney, my fiance, like every single day. I'm like, hey, cutie, winky face. Send him a picture of my ass sometimes. Like that's just like, what you do. You got to keep it. You do fun things.
Right.
He comes home one day and I'm wearing nothing but an apron, making some food. Like, it's not like the good housewife that I can be.
Absolutely.
Like, you do stuff like that. And he does stuff like that for me too. I don't know. This sounds kind of like he's 40. I don't know. People can change at any age, I think. But if he's just being a douche, that sounds kind of douchey. He sounds like he's just kind of from Pittsburgh. No, I'm kidding.
I can imagine that maybe he has it in his head that it's one thing and she wants it to be something else. You know?
Yeah.
That not enough emotions are being said.
Yeah, the coasting along, the texting of or the liking of girls, I don't know. That's weird. I mean, it's not. I don't think it's bad for somebody to have an Instagram account and, I don't know, follow whoever you want. But the fact that she's going and checking that out.
And enough to get blocked. Like, she got blocked by him. He'll hang out with her daughter and give her advice and fix her house and hang out with her, but block her on Instagram so she's not fucking up his Instagram game. That doesn't even sound like a good friend.
Yeah.
You know?
It's true.
I'm trying to find a parallel. Like, it's just, it's a bad relationship, I think. If he's that embarrassed to be, like, associated with on the internet, everybody deserves better than that.
I'd be done with this idea of it being romantic at all. I mean, if you want to still continue to maybe pursue the friendship angle with him, if it feels like he's keeping you on the back burner as like a possibility for later, then I would just oust him altogether. You know, you block him, always be blocking. But yeah, I think a romantic relationship would have happened by now. It would have happened and been successful or failed, but it would have happened by now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, yeah, no, I was going to say maybe say something to him, but I don't even think it warrants that. I think just start pursuing a romantic relationship with other people, go out, meet other people, start dating. If you feel like dating and getting attention that you think that you deserve, then go do that and stop thinking about what this guy is supposed to be offering you. That you know, if he's not giving you what you want, then he's just not that into you.
Yeah,
right?
You're in the wrong relationship. Yeah, 100%.
I think what she's fallen into is like the assumption, you know, or like she's assuming that this is the type of experience where people enjoy their alone time, you know, and that they like to have certain boundaries and stuff. And it's like, okay, I want to be with you most of the time, and sometimes I want to be alone. And in some relationships that can be healthy, and you need alone time in all relationships. But to sort of like be embarrassed, that's where it's kind of toxic. Like blocking somebody on social media, that's toxic.
I hope that helped, Chris. Email back, let us know what you did and how it's going. Keep us updated at dtbffpodcast@gmail.com.
We'll be right back.
Hey, if you're a writer, performer, or creative in any way, then you might benefit from my coaching program. I've written several best-selling books and toured the world as a stand-up comedian and started a band called the Reigning Monarchs. Whatever creative path you choose but feel stuck on, don't worry, because I can get you unstuck. For more information, go to gregorybarrett.com/coaching and sign up. You'll also find this link in the show's description, and I can help you if you have relationship problems as well.
This is the theme song for What Does This Mean song. The theme song for What Does This Mean song. We'll read a self-help quote, and they're definitely not memes. Memes are something completely different than quotes. Quotes are supposed to help you with all the bullshit in your life, and memes are just like that poster of a cat hanging from a tree, and it says, "Hang in there, baby, your Mondays, am I right? Mondays, am I right?" So if you can think of a different title, then we'll probably change it.
That was inspirational.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is.
It brings me so much joy, us trying to enjoy that.
Do you have a meme, Kane?
Yes, we got some from listeners. We got one from Leanne that says, "I would rather adjust my life to your absence than adjust my boundaries to accommodate your disrespect."
That's wordy.
It is.
Can you say it one more time? Yeah, I got lost in it.
Okay. I would rather adjust my life to your absence than adjust my boundaries to accommodate your disrespect. Yeah, there's something that end there is it's too much.
That sounds like something somebody would say in a fight.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you this right now, Travis. I would rather adjust my life to your absence than to adjust my boundaries to accommodate your disrespect.
That's something that somebody wished they said in an argument that they thought about in the shower later.
Yeah,
they're
totally.
like, this is exactly what I should have said at McDonald's.
Yeah, that George Costanza moment. Ah, that's what I should have said.
That ends so. I'll give it to him this way. The ending hits. It does. Yeah. It's just too much.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember it now, and you just said it.
I'd rather.
Yeah,
I can't remember the exact word. I think it's like I'd rather you fuck off. I think is the whole point.
I have another one. Smokey Creepin sent us one that says, if you're ever feeling like shit, just remember somebody woke up and chose this, and it's a picture of a station wagon PT Cruiser. Which I love to death. Let's see. Oh, Daria sent one that says, I can do nothing for you but work on myself. You can do nothing for me but work on yourself.
It's good advice. Not that inspirational, but good advice.
No, just stop dicking around and go work on yourself.
It's a really great way to break up with somebody. Just say that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, so what does this mean then? It's like, oh, that was me breaking up with you. That was.
Yeah. You need to go work on yourself.
At official Nina Ferrero says, once you stop using a top sheet, the first day of your life begins.
I love a top sheet. I love it.
What?
Yeah. A lot of we've had a lot of arguments on the show about whether you have a top sheet or not, and we're both sheet guys.
We're sheet guys. Paul, are you confused by the information?
Maybe I'm just really hot in this bathrobe, but I don't know what a top sheet is because I thought that was essential.
So we have the fitted sheet.
Yes.
Then the top sheet comforter.
Oh, okay. So it goes fitted sheet and then the really thin one and then comforter.
Yeah. Do you have that set up?
What's funny about that is like I agree that it's essential. We haven't been using one because we don't want to wash it. So like, okay, so you assume that like you assume that like the gay dudes, everything would be like prim and proper and like look really nice. And the reality is that we're both from Massachusetts. I got a divider behind me because the apartment's a shit show. and like we just have the comforter situation going on right now.
You're just a couple of dudes.
We are basically we are this close to being a fraternity. Like we are. So I agree the top sheet's essential. We've been treating it like it's not, but that's just how it is.
I have been getting messages upon messages. Some of them are different. People are still hot on the pillow conversation. Like, we tried to kill it. I swear to God, I'm not bringing it up to reignite the fight. But people keep sending me shit. I get fucking messages on my personal Instagram at Kane Holloway. And it's people nonstop being like, yo, I saw this video of this woman arguing for more pillows. And a guy sent me, I did a review on Shang-Chi, and I like equated it to Shang-Chi's dad as like my dad. And my dad like had a bunch of jewelry too. He had at least 10 rings because he was going through a midlife crisis and he had frosted tips. This lady, she goes, 2 things. First, Marty's stories are everything. I have shitty parents too, but at least they never got frosted tips. Sorry, your dad's a douche. I really appreciate it. Secondly, I was at the movies yesterday watching Free Guy, and he was sitting on a couch with 2 perfectly placed pillows on either side of him, and I thought to myself, Kane would approve. So thanks for making me notice pillows everywhere I go. It's great. Love the podcast. DTBFF for life.
I mean, she's wrong, but that's cool.
Greg, are you a less pillows kind of guy?
I'm a more pillows guy.
I'm less pillows all day.
I'm more pillows. Yeah, more pillows.
Where do you fall in the spectrum?
Is there an option for like the normal amount of pillows?
What's the normal amount?
It depends. What's your normal pillow? But
it passes the eye test. I feel like I don't need like a certain number. You can walk into a room and be like, there's too many pillows in here. Like you can just like, you know what I mean? On my bed, there's a pillow for both our heads. And if we had 2 pillows for each of our heads, like regular pillows, that's also okay, I think. And
so wait a minute, you have one single pillow? You have one single pillow, like a long one?
No, that's too gay. We have the and like Sydney sometimes has like a pillow that he holds when he sleeps. So like we'll cuddle, but when you're facing the other way, it's got like a pillow that not like a full body pillow. He holds like a Tempur-Pedic one, I guess. Okay. But like, and then on our couch, I think we have one throw pillow.
Oh, that's not enough.
That I'm also going to agree with him. It's not enough pillows.
It's not enough pillows.
But 4 max
on a couch.
Yeah.
Fucking.
I like 6. I like 5 or 6.
That's what a throw pillow. That's why they called him that. That was some dude who was angry. He's like, I throw these. How do you have 4?
Yeah. So Well, I think I don't like moving too many things around to sit down. I hate that. So I am very adamant. The less, the better. But you do need at least, I would say, 2. To like, what I like to do is I like to have one I rest my little head on, and then another one I put over my belly, and then I hold it, much like Sydney does. That's how I rock on the couch. The other 2 pillows can like squish off to the side, but yeah, that's sort of how I roll. And then Greg, he's an explosion of pillows. That guy lives in pillows. It's disgusting. It's obscene.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I
can How do you like hearing about pillows?
I feel like Jennifer Aniston right now. It's like, I don't want to talk about my flair.
What do you guys got? Do you guys have any good inspirational quotes?
Okay, so I got a good one. I'll start with that. Be the change that you wish to see in the world.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Who said that?
It's a
do you guys
classic.
know who said that actually? Was it Gandhi?
No, but Obama made it really popular. Obama said it in a speech somewhere on his campaign. It's not Gandhi. Maybe it is Gandhi. I don't know. It is Gandhi?
It is Gandhi.
Okay. It's like Silent Bob up there with producer Pat.
But when he jumps in, he's the man. He's got the best voice out of the 3 of us.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Now I'm looking at one that says Gandhi did not say be the change you want to see in the world.
Maybe it was the angry Buddha. Remember angry Buddha, Greg?
Angry Buddha's like, just fuck off. I'm in no mood today.
Okay. But yeah, be the change that you wish to see in the world. I used to take it to the point of like, sincerely looking for arguments. Like back in college, I was like trying to argue with people because of that quote. I heard it. I believe in it. That's not really what it is, but what it's about. Because I'm a big believer in kindness, just in general. I'm surprised it's not a bigger thing out in Hollywood, in Los Angeles. It's not. There's a big thing that like the saying in LA that I've never heard so much in my damn life ever is "you do you." It's what everybody says out here. You do you. You do you. You do you. Don't worry about them. You do you. And it's like, it's an excuse to not build community. And there's already too many expats here in the first place. So nobody knows anybody. Everybody just wants to be liked and loved and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And it's like, yeah. And then if you're too nice, then people see it as aggression. Like you're trying to get something from somebody. And I come from a small town in Massachusetts where you just compliment people. And it's just, that's what you do. And so for a while, I had to change how I talked when I came out here and how I met people, because you can't meet people with a compliment. I started insulting people when I met them as a joke, and I ended up making more friends that way out here. It blows my mind. I want people to be more okay with compliments. I want people to be kinder to each other, and I want people to not be so on edge. And so instead of arguing with people who aren't like that, I try to just be the person who is accepting of more people. You know, I'm like a liberal centrist in politics, and I used to get into huge arguments with extreme conservatives. But instead, I just kind of focus on the points we agree on, because that's living in a way that you want everybody else to be like, right? It's like, can we focus on what makes us similar more so than being dicks to each other? So those are simple ways to do it. You don't need to get like in somebody's face about the differences because you're standing up for what you believe. Be the change that you wish to see in the world. You know, punch your grandfather for being racist. Like, you don't have to do that.
No, that's absolutely true. I've been out in New York here for like 2 weeks, and I bopped around to a few shows. I've never felt so much community before in my, in the stand-up world. There was a lot of community in Seattle where I started, and I went to LA. And what you're saying is absolutely right. There's a lot of looking out. You do you, I'll do me. You know, don't worry about what I'm doing. You go figure out your thing. And then I roll into these shows, and everyone's like excited to meet you and like happy to like have a conversation and show you around and tell you where to go and how to be and what the city has to offer. It's a completely different. Outside the comedy community, it's just it's not what I thought I'd get from New York. Because, New York it's a ball buster of a city, and people always talk about how tough it is. But the people here are just incredible. They're pretty no nonsense, but they're like, yeah, what do you need? What do you need? If I got it, I'll give it to you. If I don't, I'll tell you who has it.
Yeah, I found it was easier to put up shows when I was out there for a short time. And get stuff done and get people to help me.
Yeah.
I found other musicians and all that kind of stuff. Like, it was pretty great.
Yeah, I think be the change you want to see in the world is what's gonna change in your life. That's gonna help you be that positive person that you're talking about, Paul. I think you have to be happy, so you have the ability to make others happy. And if you're not happy, that's going to bleed into the rest of your relationships. That's just, there's nothing, it's something you can't control. You can be cognizant of it, but if you're not actively working on it, you're going to be poison to the people around you.
It's like homophobes, like in the Deep South. I've met plenty of them. They exist. They actually exist everywhere. Big cities, LA, everywhere. It doesn't matter. So if I'm not accepting of people who are different than me, how am I supposed to expect them to accept somebody who's completely different from them?
Right.
Right. Good point.
Absolutely.
Somebody sent me one today that I think is just terrible. And they sent it to my phone, and it says, surround yourself with people who talk about visions and ideas, not other people. I can't imagine talking to people who talk about their visions.
No, but also when
and their ideas and not talk about other people.
But when you talk about visions and plans and goals, you are gonna be talking about other people. Like, here's who did it right, here's who did it wrong. Let's meet in the middle and figure out where we land. You're inevitably going to be talking about people all the time, always.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Makes no sense. We didn't touch on it during the pillow talk, which I think should just be our segment whenever we ask people. We should add a segment called Pillow Talk, where we literally talk about pillows. But if you want to have a conversation about pillows, or you want to listen to us have a conversation about pillows, we have pillows on our Redbubble at our store. We have Always Be Blocking pillows and Don't Take Bullshit from Fuckers pillows. We're a show that gives you comfort. Oh. How do you like that? How do you like that? Don't shake your head at me, Patrick. Anyway, we have notebooks and we have shirts and we have all kinds of fun shit over at our Redbubble. Link is in the description of the show. And we have a story from a listener, Allison, bad date story. She says, not sure if you're still looking for bad first date stories, but I just got back from the worst first date of my life. It was with a Hinge match, and it was 45 minutes, but felt like 2 hours. I texted my friend 20 minutes in to call me at 7 to get me out of it, but the date didn't even last that long, thankfully. The guy just complained the whole time, and we had nothing in common. Not sure if he was looking for someone to commiserate with, but it was not a good look on a first date. He also spent 5 minutes trash talking cocktails, which I'm very into, and I make a point of mentioning that on my profile. He capped the date off by complimenting my hair and then asking what my ethnicity was. Which just made which just made me cringe. Is that what I get for just giving someone a chance? Ugh.
How do you trash talk cocktails?
Dude, cocktails are awesome.
I mean, I don't drink, and I think cocktails are awesome.
I know.
How do you? Why would you trash talk? Yeah, I hate when they put like a hard liquor with a fucking soda. That's bullshit.
Boo.
That's fucking bullshit, man.
Boo.
What kind of horse and buggy bullshit is this? Like, yeah, I don't. It doesn't make any sense. Is he trash talking specific cocktails, or is it like all cocktails? Like how could anybody ever think? You know, when I was in college on my 21st birthday, and this was definitely a sign that a man twice my size would propose to me one day. I went to an Irish pub downtown at University of New Hampshire, and the first drink that I ordered, because I've always wanted to order one, was an alcoholic pina colada. Mm-hmm. Always wanted one. Never had one. This was a big deal for me. And the Irish pub guy is just like, do you want any blood? And I'm like, sorry? He's like, blood from your vagina, you pussy. And he went and made it. It's like...
What a horrible thing to say.
I was so mad. He gave it to me and I paid him and I still tipped him. And I just stood there and drank it in front of him until it was gone. I got a little bit of a brain freeze. And I was already hammered. But I was just so like, well, I'm 21, so fuck you. You were going to do it. And just stared at him. He kept looking at me like, you good? And I'm like, yeah, I have my pina colada.
Oh, my God. That's amazing.
I don't get it. Let people, beer's good. It's just your taste. There's some really shitty beers that people drink. There's some shitty cocktails. But why judge?
Yeah. Well,
but especially if the person said on their profile, I like cocktails. Yeah, I got to be honest with you. I don't fucking love them. I got to be real straight. Hey, I'm going to be straight with you right now. I think it's bullshit. You don't play with it. You don't play with booze. You don't add water. You don't add fucking sugary drinks.
Oh, shit.
What an asshole.
What a piece of shit. Do you know how exciting it is to have somebody roll up and go, yo, here's our cocktail list. These have also been invented by our bartender. You can't get them anywhere else. These are exclusive to our restaurant and our restaurant alone. And you're like, fuck, I'm going to try something no one's had before. That's amazing. And this guy's just like, boo. Does he go to Disneyland and go, not real? I hate it.
Rides are for suckers.
Look at all these idiots standing in line. You guys suck. You don't even know what it is. Just go drink a beer.
The things people judge each other for are so fucking stupid.
Hey, I like your hair. What ethnicity are you?
Can you imagine?
Said it just like that.
Yeah, dude, can you imagine that coming off of the heels of him like trashing her drink? Like she's like, yeah, I'll get a Manhattan, which is delicious. Yo, you ever had a Manhattan before? They're fucking awesome. And they make you warm. Oh, they're the best. And they're expensive. And you feel like you're a rich socialite drinking it. Can you imagine she orders that? And then he's like, what the fuck is that? A Manhattan? Yuck. Anyway, your hair's nice. What ethnicity are you? What a psychopath.
There's a group of men out there that believe. Okay, so he looked at this girl's profile. I think this is exactly what happened. And tell me if I'm wrong here. He looked at the profile and he didn't want to compliment her too much because he wanted to remain aloof.
Mm-hmm.
You know the guys that they try to play not hard to get. They just try to be dicks, and it got them late in high school, maybe first couple of years of college, and so they think it's going to work forever.
Mm-hmm.
And they just think everybody's going to have so many issues in their brain that they'll lay the ex-jock who just makes fun of them the entire first date, and that's like his standard. It's like, oh, well, I'm better than you. You like cocktails? Pfft.
Yeah.
At some point, you got to like be trying to find somebody you're interested in. Although, maybe Hinge isn't the place to do it.
Reddit remix. Reddit remix. Oh, shit. Paul backing me up. Paul's my hype man. Okay. Am I the...
Yeet. I'm sorry.
Yeet.
That's hilarious because when Kane does that, I back up.
Imagine me on The Bachelor. You trying to court me? Hold on. All right. Am I the asshole for telling my friend that he got exactly what he wanted and he needs to stop being selfish? I have an old college friend, Nick. He has a fiance, Sophie. They've been together 3 years, and Nick has repeatedly suggested an open relationship to which Sophie has refused. Until a few months ago when he said he'd only propose if she agreed to try an open relationship.
Am I bad for laughing? That's a good punchline. That's it. I only agreed to be monogamous with you for the rest of our lives if I could see other people.
What a fucking idiot. She agreed, and I said to him at the time that he was an ass for it, and he said he was just acting in his best interests. All right. Nick is, the definition of chivalrous. Can we all agree on that?
Yeah.
Now Nick wanted an open relationship so he could see Anna, a girl we knew from college who he always had a thing for, but she was married from when she was 18 to 26, so he never had a chance till recently. He hasn't had a chance to see her yet because she had been living with her sick mom, and they can't afford to rent a hotel room. Now the issue is that Nick showed up at my house last weekend with a suitcase, absolutely livid, and asked to crash on my couch. He said Sophie has gone out to dinner and had sex with a male model and that she was cheating because he hadn't had the chance to see Anna, and it was unfair for her to see someone so much hotter than Anna. Not that Anna isn't attractive, but I basically laughed at him and told him this is exactly what was going to happen, and that he was being selfish and expecting Sophie not to see anyone or to see people less attractive than her. She's very attractive, and I don't know why she's with Nick, to be honest. He went off on me for not being supportive and stormed out and is trying to turn our friend group against me for not supporting him. I've taken a few days to think about it, but I still can't decide. Am I the asshole?
Oh, no. Nick is the asshole.
Nick is an asshole. And
it sounds like an asshole.
Dude, I feel like Sophie, his fiance, is crazy hot, and Nick ain't. And Nick outkicked his coverage, so Nick thinks he's bulletproof. And then when Nick doesn't, and also dumb, he puts all his eggs. He separates his eggs, one for Sophie and one for Anna. But he's essentially putting them in these two baskets, leaving no eggs for anyone else, and then gets mad when she's out fucking dudes. Finally got a little humble pie, and I'm very happy for that. I instinctively laughed when I heard he had a suitcase. I don't feel bad.
That was hilarious. There were so many. This is a really good joke that she should tell on stage. Like,
yeah,
I can't. The best part is that he's upset. This is like the most Mormon thing that I've ever heard of in my life. Like, he's so confident in himself. He can have as many women as he wants, and he's willing to like say it up front. But everybody else has to be monogamous. My favorite part was he clearly respects the institution of marriage so much, and that he would never make a move on a girl who's married.
Yeah, that's right.
There's no way I could make a move on her. She was married 18 to 26. By the way, I'm only marrying you if we can be poly. If I can be poly, not you.
If I can be poly, yeah, because she went ahead and went, all right.
Oh,
and also, I like that she fucked somebody out of his league.
Oh man, yeah, that dude. Imagine how hot that dude is too. Like that guy's so hot. Nick moved out. You're not the asshole.
Open relationships are no joke, man. They're hard. I think. I've never been in one, but
I've said in my last relationship we were open for a time, and the thing was we did it wrong, but also I don't necessarily think they work at all. But if you were to do an open relationship, communication across the board. You got to just let people know what you're doing and where you are, and that you're being safe. And you don't have to tell me the details, but at least tell me what you're doing. And I got to feel like I can tell you what you're doing, because an inherent secrecy in an open relationship breeds resentment no matter what. It's just how it works. Anytime your partner feels like you're not telling them something, they're going to feel resentful. And you're like, hey, those are the rules. We set up these rules. We said not to say anything. And I think that's the downfall of any relationship, but any open relationship especially. You got to fucking tell each other pretty much everything. And
is there an opportunity to okay, so maybe I'm learning too much about this from webcomics. I've never been in a poly relationship at all, but like, shouldn't the concept be like we're dating somebody? We're gonna date somebody new? Like, why does it have to be so singular? Shouldn't it be like hey, should we now be a throuple or a quadruple, or like, you know? Is that how it's supposed to be? I don't know how it works.
No, not with. Not in these scenarios, especially when you're dealing with someone's very big and very fragile ego, and the idea of me having a ton of women or whatever is exciting. But if you go from that direction, there's a natural competition involved, and with guys like Nick. It's like, oh, I got to be fucking it more people than her. I got to be doing it. And again, if you're not, the fact that they have open communication and he still wasn't able to handle it means that he's just not a guy for this. He should just break up with Sophie and go get his fuck on. That should just be the deal. Like, that should have been the lesson he learned immediately. Is like, oh, I can't handle this. There's no way I'm going to be able to handle this.
Yeah. There's that picture of Taika Waititi with Rita Ora and the girl that plays Valkyrie.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they a throuple?
I think they were.
Were they? Paul, would you ever throuple?
Well, I'm getting married, so no. But like,
solid answer.
Great answer.
Love you, babe.
Is he there?
No, he's in the other room. He's playing some Final Fantasy.
Oh, dope.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like no matter what, communication's key. All these problems seem to result from somewhere down the line in the relationship. Somebody had these secret feelings about relationships or expectations that they were trying to give up. Ended up being a big deal to them. And then it's this huge argument and somebody looks horrible. It's just like, the more in love with yourself, not in love with yourself, the more that you love yourself, the more you have the ability to communicate yourself properly. And that's the only way you're going to be able to love somebody else. Not to quote RuPaul again, but it's true.
No, always be quoting RuPaul.
That's one of our new that's one of our new slogans. Always be quoting RuPaul. We have an update from one of our listeners, Daria. She says, my divorce was granted yesterday. Hooray!
Woo!
Thank you, Pat, Greg, and Kane for the DTBFF pod, which helped me through it. It may seem weird, but knowing that I could ask for advice or send a rant or attend a workshop with you guys and also have the rest of you other followers out there who can relate has all been a real comfort. Daria, getting divorced.
Wow, big step. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. We're really proud of you, Daria. And we see Daria a lot at our workshops, and I'm really happy that she's getting something from them. That really makes me happy. We are actually doing a new workshop October 3rd, which is a Sunday at 11 a.m. Tickets are on sale now at don'ttakebullshitfromfuckers.bigcartel.com. So if you want to have your workshop, you got problems in your relationship, in your work life, in your family life, you're just getting engaged and you just want some sort of marriage advice, whatever it is. We also we'll have special guests pop up. It's a 2-hour event. It's a lot of fun. It's basically the show, but we talk to you directly, and we get to hear your questions and your comments and your thoughts directly. Pat will be there, and it's a blast. So get your tickets now. There, it's up. Link is in the description as well. Paul, thank you so much for being on the show.
Yeah, you're great, dude.
You were awesome. Where can people find you?
So if you guys are watching it visually, my Instagram handle is right there. It's at Paul Ober Comedy. My last name is like Uber, but with an O. So that should be easy. I perform all over Southern California. If you want to book me, DM me. Hey. And my next show. Hold on, sorry. I should have had this up. I was prepared for everything else. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
My mom and dad's anniversary is on the 13th. I'm booked at I'm booked at Welcome to Pluto. You can find the details on my Instagram there. That's going to be on Thursday, September 16th. It's going to be a great show. And so if you guys want to show up, see you then. Got another show at Fourth Wall Cafe coming up on October 9th.
Fantastic. Yeah, everybody go check out Paul Ober Comedy on Instagram. Really funny. I like the clips that you put up. Your Instagram is a good follow. So go over and follow Paul. And you can follow me at Kane Holloway on Instagram.
I'm Miss Gregors.
Mm-hmm. And DTBFF producer Pat. We know we got some Pat stands out there. We got there's some fans of Pat. Follow the show at DTBFF Podcast on Instagram. You can email in at DTBFF Podcast on Gmail. And go to our Patreon, patreon.com/DTBFF Podcast. Share, rate, review the show. We greatly appreciate it. And also, don't take bullshit from fuckers.
Fuck them.
Fuck them.
Hey there, if you like the show, you can find bonus episodes and more at our Patreon at patreon.com/DTBFF Podcast. And then rate the show 5 stars on iTunes because it's the right thing to do. All music by the Rating Monarchs, produced by Patrick Kelly.